And just so you know, the camera is not on any of you. All right, making sure of that, so you don't need to feel worried about that. If you've not drummed before, I invite you to practice. Just let your wrist be loose and bounce off the drum. Your two-step that will sound like that. And if you are comfortable singing, it's a safe space to do that. No one's going to hear you over my big voice. And Amy's got a big voice, right? So this is a safe space to try something new. If you're not comfortable singing around other people, this is a safe place to just let your voice express. It's not about what you sound like here. It's a place for you to express. When you sing, your body and your soul responds. It raises your vibration. It transcends wherever you are, whatever you're going through. And in that energy, when you raise your vibration, you get guidance. You get answers to questions. You get direction when you may be feeling lost. We're taught to problem solve. I want to teach you to do something different. Raise your vibration, and then you realize there is no problem. Changes your perspective. So, just out of curiosity, just take a check-in with what your inner weather is. Are you feeling stormy or cloudy or maybe foggy? Maybe you're sunny. And then after we drum and sing, check in with yourself again. See if you feel any different. All right. So we're going to do just a 4-count beat, real simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh, oh. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh. Mother, I hear you in the river song. Eternal waters flowing on and on. Mother, I hear you in the river song. Eternal waters flowing on and on. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Father, I see you in the eagle flies. Light of the Spirit's gonna take us higher. Father, I see you in the eagle flies. Light of the Spirit's gonna take us higher. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. I invite you to take your drum and hold it in front of your heart. Feel that? There you go. There you go. There you go. One harder. There you go. And we'll slow it down. Bring it to a stop. Yeah. So this side of the drum is the medicine side. So when you are needing a little drum medicine, you can just hold it in front of your heart or from your head. If you have a headache, whenever you feel like you need it, you just run it up and down in chakras. Ooh, I broke a sweat. That was fun. Let me get a drink of water. And it's so good to see everyone and to be here. We will spend some time here and then we have food after. You're welcome to stay for. And then after the food, there's a talking circle if you'd like to stay and we can share or just listen. So, I gotta get myself back down to earth. I'm all tingly. Okay, welcome. So today I want to talk a little bit before I go into talking about what the meat of the subject is going to be today, about this amazing full moon. Did y'all get an opportunity to see Grandmother Moon in the last yesterday or this morning? Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the Farmer's Almanac on the internet, it's a great resource to educate yourself because you are interconnected to all that is. So the more you educate yourself to understand it, the more you activate that awareness, like, oh, yeah, I feel that. And I know people often say the full moon, I feel it, I feel it. But what I know is the moon is always influencing me in all of her phases. Whether she's waxing or waning, full or new, she's influencing all that is. So are you. In all of your phases, in all of your wholeness, fullness, or newness, we are influencing. However, when we have the full moon or the new moon, we tend to pay more attention to the moon. And our ancestors also used the moon and her phases to live, to tell time, right? I've shared this before, but maybe you haven't heard it. Time was not important until the railway systems were developed, and that's when we went to a clock and everyone was on the same time. Before that, tribes or communities would call time by different names. The full moon in February occurs during the shortest calendar month, obviously. It's traditionally known as the snow moon. February's moon has many alternative names as well, and that's what I just want to briefly educate you about different tribes from this area and what they would call the moon and see what resonates with you, okay? The snow moon, depending on our location and where we are, we tend to get more snow this time of year. February, we can get snow if we're going to. Mohican tribe of the northeastern into Wisconsin, they call it the deep snow moon. While the Oneida tribe of upstate New York and the Great Lakes region call this the midwinter moon. In Celtic histories, February's full moon is referred to as the ice moon. In Maine, the Abenaki tribe calls this moon makes branches fall in pieces moon. Right? Like it's so literal. And that's what happens when ice gets on the branches and the branches break. Can you imagine just having that conversation? It makes branch falls in pieces moon time, Amy. We can't go for a walk right now. Right? We might get cracked in the head by a branch. When trees crack because of the cold moon, I want you to imagine the sound of that. When we had the big ice storm here in Kentucky, I don't remember the year, doesn't matter, Angela. So I was in my home, power out, and I had trees, and I remember hearing that sound, and it was so terrifying and fascinating at the same time. I can imagine being in the dark, and if you've ever sat around a fire, you know that as soon as you get out of reach of the flame, it's pitch dark. And hearing those branches crack, think about that under the moon. In different areas where climates vary, so do the full moon names vary. The Comanche tribe of the Southern Plains, where temperatures begin warming in late February, call this the sleet moon. Also, the frost sparkling in the sun moon was another name given to this moon. Even further south, some spring names begin to appear as early as February. The Catawba tribe of South Carolina refer to this moon as the first flower moon. We also start seeing the Easter lilies or daffodils this time of year, right? So it's the first flower. After months of winter weather, February can be a month of low food supplies with no new plants to replenish supplies. Because of this, the February full moon has several names that refer to hunger or scarcity, including the simple hunger moon or hungry moon from the Cherokee tribe of North Carolina. The Cherokee also refer to this moon as the bone moon or bony moon for late winter weight loss. We don't have that issue in our culture, right? We have food all year round. So we don't even think about that. And I have ancestors that are Cherokee. Like this time of year, they were hungry. I think it's important to just reflect on that, to be grateful when I sit down to a plate of food that was easily obtained. Other tribes have referred to February full moon as the moon of big famine, out of food moon, right? Animals in February. Many months reference animals in full moon names. January's wolf moon or buck moon. In February, many animals are hibernating and they're scarce. And tribes can choose animal names. The Haida of Alaska call this the goose moon. And I love seeing the geese start coming back this time of year too. They begin to return to their nesting grounds. They begin to return to their nesting grounds. Brad and I were at Myers yesterday, and there were the two geese in the parking lot in a patch of grass on their nesting ground that they've returned to. And now there's a parking lot there, right? So what do? We be mindful and say, thank you, geese. I see you and I love you, and I'm sorry this is concrete. Because your giving a damn matters. We are here as stewards of the land and the animal kingdom, and we can't eliminate the pavement, but we can be mindful. We can be mindful because your thoughts create energy, and it matters. And you're always communicating with the animal kingdom, whether you realize it or not. And when we are mindful, they become our friends, they become our allies, they become our teachers. The Tlingit, I'm not familiar with this tribe, so I'm probably mispronouncing that, of the Pacific Northwest use the name Black Bear Moon, as the black bears begin to stir and move about in February, right? Maybe you're starting to feel like you're coming out of something. Sometimes we can call it a funk. I call it just a phase, a season. We're coming out of winter. You might start getting a little antsy, that cabin fever, we call it, right? Well, you're like the bear coming out of hibernation. The Ojibwe of southern Canada and northern plains call this the when the bear cubs are born moon, to show that important life cycle. When the bear cubs are born. So again, this could be a time of birthing new ideas, birthing new dreams. An important distinction of February's moon phases is that the moon, and I did not know this, the month may not have any full moon at all. February may not have any because the lunar phase cycle is 29.5 days. When there is a full moon at the very end of January, there will be no full moon recorded that February. That absence is often called the black moon, which keeps the naming cycle synced with other months. The disappearance of February's full moon happens approximately every 19 years, most recently in 2018, and will happen again in 2037. I thought that was an interesting. So now you know about the full moon in February. I find myself curious. I hear people say a lot of times, I don't know how to appease my inner child. And I'm not saying do what I do. It may not work for you. I'm never here to tell you what to think, feel, or believe, but to inspire you to try something new. My inner child likes to learn new things because she's realizing that everything she's been taught was not necessarily accurate. So she's curious. And by going down rabbit holes, of moons and their meanings and what my ancestors did at this time of year, and learning about ants and owls and animals and their characteristics, like my inner child loves that stuff. So if you're struggling with, I don't know what my inner child, a lot of us didn't get to have a childhood that we thought was ideal. I've come to understand that maybe it was my expectation of that experience that might be a little skewed, but I come to become my inner child's best friend and I sit with and see what she needs. We're going to talk about the journey of awakening. If you are here, I imagine you have had an awakening. I hear that a lot. I've had my awakening. And some people come to me and they tell me the exact date. I had my awakening January 15th, 2022. And so I've been guided to talk about that, an awakening, and offer you something to consider around that topic. It's not a one-time event. It's not you may have moments and events that you are aware of it, but it guides you toward a deeper understanding and connection with the sacred essence within you and around you. When you have an awakening, you're having an awareness of your interrelatedness. But see, we can go in and out of that awareness. And sometimes we can feel like I had my awakening, but now I'm right back where I was. Well, that's because it's an ongoing process. You're not back. We don't go back. Time is not frontwards, backwards. Time is actually an illusion. The cycle is circular. And we can get stuck and just keep spinning and spinning and spinning, or we can ascend as we cycle. So an awakening is that awareness that continues to expand. And we'll have moments like, whoa, I am so aware right now that that goose just talked to me, right? And then I go to work and I'm like, well, that must have just made that up because I have no awareness of any geese, and I'm dealing with, I know I dealt with attorneys for 25 years, and it was real easy to forget that feeling I had when we saw a goose in the middle of the night flying overhead, honking at us. Brad and me, that was an experience. So an awakening, it's moments, not a moment. And you're always doing it or not. I think of it as a remembering. I'm remembering. In the depths of our being, innately within you, there is a spark of divine essence. Every one of you. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to get validated for it. I can't give it to you, and I can't take it from you. It is part of you. That spark, however, can get weak, or it can get dim. Thank you. That's the word, not weak. It can get dim. And it can get clouded. Maybe with all of our shadows, right? It can shadow out that spark, and we totally forget that we have this divine spark. Maybe we have believed someone that told us we didn't. Maybe we believed someone else, because that's kind of what we do as children. We go to other people, we're hungry, and we want to learn, and we take in what we're being shown. But see, I'm telling you that whatever you were taught as a child, within you, you still have that divine spark. If the people around you forgot about their own divine flame within, they're likely not going to support you in illuminating yours. But I promise you it's there. Awakening is not just a destination, but a continuous journey, a spiral dance of growth and transformation. Transformation. When the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis to transform, it literally turns to mush. Transformation can feel like turning to mush and coming apart. And we resist that, don't we? No, I will go anywhere but there. But that's part of the awakening. Or I'll hear, I had my awakening. Why is this happening to me? Because this is part of the awakening. Yay. Right? You've graduated. And we're going to keep learning and ascending and transcending. This flame within whispers to us in the silent moments of meditation, in the dance of the flames. Candle gazing, I teach that if you just focus on a flame, your focus is your superpower. Just sitting still and focusing on a flame creates an atmosphere for you to remember this divine spark that's within you. So you're not going out and asking someone to validate for you. Please tell me I'm divine to me, right? I go to my friend Fire and I gaze at Fire, and something within me remembers that I'm divine. Maybe just for a moment, but then I can build on that, right? In the songs of the wind, we also feel that activation of that inner flame. Meditation, transformation, fire, and wind. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on, never mind, I'm not going to go there right now. I'll talk about that in announcements. An awakening is a realization that you're not separate from anything. Not each other, not the grass, not the trees, not any species, not even the tick. We're all interrelated, we're all interconnected. It's a realization and awareness that you're connected to all beings, seen and unseen. I don't care if you believe in ghosts or not. There are unseen energies and allies and troublemakers. Yes, there are those too. Denying it doesn't make it not real. And innately we're aware of this. And the beautiful thing about shamanism is it teaches a safe way to interact with the invisibles. That's what I like to call them, the invisibles. And they become your teachers, your allies, your guides, your best friends. When we don't have that awareness, that awakening of this interconnectedness with our unseen allies, we tend to follow everyone else. What's everyone else doing? It must be right because all of them are doing it. But if none of them are aware of their divine spark, why would I want to follow them? Right? Because when I wasn't aware of my divine spark, I was really desperate to find it out here, in the people, in my relationships. Awakening is the understanding, excuse me, that every breath we take, you know I'm going to start singing right here. Every move we make ripples through the fabric of existence, shaping our reality. Every breath, every step. That's why we were talking earlier. We're always influencing wherever we go. Wherever we go. So an awakening is an awareness of that. My frequency matters. It's not just about me. Awakening is a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just a moment. But in that moment, we have an awareness that, whoa, I'm more than just Angela. That's just a name. It's just a suit. To awaken is to shed the illusion that clouds your vision, to peel away the layers of conditioning and societal norms that have veiled our true essence. Peel away. And I don't know why we come here to forget and then spend so much time trying to remembering. I don't know. It baffles me too. But I do know that in this lifetime, as a young child, I had that awareness. So I trust that many lifetimes have gone by that I'm getting better and better at remembering sooner. And I look around this room and I see we're all in different phases in our human journey, right? But we're all in different phases of our awakening. So don't feel like I'm never going to get there. There's no there. It's a continuous process. That's an awakening, being aware that there's no there. Being aware. Shedding the illusions of control, the illusions of fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. The illusion of time. These are layers of societal conditioning and norms. It's to embrace the shadows within us, for it is in the darkness that we find the light. Oh, I get really excited talking about shadows. I support others in doing what we call shadow work. And I'm here to tell you it's not about releasing anything. Your shadows want to be loved and embraced and acknowledged. It's out of the darkness that light comes. It's part of you. Don't kick the baby out with the bathwater. We want to drop Shadow off at the nearest corner and keep on driving, and Shadow's, well, comes right back and says knocks on the window. But I've learned to embrace and love those parts of myself because I am multi-dimensional in this existence. I'm meant to have all the shades in this life experience. It's what I'm here for. Think of a painting with no shading. It's just a bunch of blotches of color. The shadows are what connects everything. Does this make sense? Because we tend to, I think of shadow as a bad thing. Shadow is not bad. Shadow is not bad. The journey of awakening calls us to reclaim our power, to stand in our authenticity, and to honor the unique gifts that we bring to the world. That's a big order, isn't it? It takes a lot of courage to stand in your power and be authentic. Every day, it takes courage. It's a practice. And then when you feel authentic and courageous, the universe is probably going to put you in a situation where you don't feel that anymore. And you can feel like, oh, I was there and then I lost it. Or you can say, oh, I'm ascending and I'm getting an opportunity to practice what I've been practicing, right? So I invite you now, let's do this together, we're going to say out loud, I call back my power. And I invite you to practice this in the morning when you wake up. I call back my power. Sometimes we can travel in our dreams, or maybe if you're busy in the day, you don't sleep well, or those type of things, we can feel a little scattered. You can use this also after you've come out of a challenging altercation or situation, those people that drain us. And we're like, oh, I can't be around her, she drains me. Well, I'm going to show you something that you can be around her, maybe just for a minute. And when you feel drained, this is what you can do. We're going to say out loud together when I count to 3, I call back my power. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I call back my power.
And just feel. Maybe you don't feel anything, but trust me that your energy just went, yeah. Yeah. Think of, I think most of us in here are old enough to remember, the Lone Ranger and his horse Silver. Like wherever Silver was, he'd call, oh, Silver, and here comes Silver. That's how your power is. I call back my power. It comes right to you. Only you can call back your power. I can't call it back for you. I call back Amy's power. No, it doesn't work. But man, don't we want to do that for people that we love, that are feeling powerless? We want to call back their power. That's part of their awakening, you see? When they're not aware, they're not aware, and we can't get them there any sooner than they are. That's part of the journey. But we can demonstrate. We can be demonstrations of what awakening looks like. We can embody authenticity, right? Courage, reclaiming our power. Awakening is the recognition that we are co-creators of our reality, weaving the tapestry of existence with every thought, word, and deed. Every thought, word, and deed. Now, I tell students all the time, don't start getting critical at yourself of being critical. Don't get so hyper like, oh my God, I had a bad thought. Oh my God, I'm having bad thoughts. But be mindful that we don't want to get stuck there. If you tend to be negative all the time, I invite you to practice bringing in a positive thought every once in a while on purpose. Call back your power. Practice meditation. Practice these things that will awaken, because it's not learning something new, it's remembering something old. It's in you already. Awakening is not without its challenges. I promise you that. It requires courage to face the unknown. There are 3 things that every human has, every human. Uncertainty, pain, and work to do. So when you feel like life is beating the hell out of you, I promise you it's not personal. Every human has pain, uncertainty, and work to do. Uncertain of the unknown, the future. I think we all experienced that in 2020, right? How uncertain everything really is. There's the challenge of confronting the shadows and embracing the uncertainty of the journey, embracing those parts of ourselves we maybe have tried to numb or ignore or been told to be ashamed of. I think that's a big one we carry, is shame. That was something my grandmothers used to say, you should be ashamed of yourself, right? It's in these moments of discomfort that we find the greatest opportunities for growth. It's hard to understand that when you're in it. I get it. When you're in the coming apart and hopeless and everything you've ever known is crumbling around you, I know it's hard to think, oh, this is the great opportunity. Like, I get it. But I can trust. Like when I'm in it, I can be like, man, this sucks. And I can't see anything good in this, but I'm going to trust that at some point I will be able to see the opportunity for what? Love. That's it. Love is the answer. What's the question? When I am uncomfortable, I'm resisting the way things are. I'm resisting. Surrendering creates that transcending. Give me just a moment. You can consider trusting when you are coming apart that your soul knows how to come back together, just like the butterfly. When the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, it literally surrenders. It goes into a J shape and it just surrenders. And then this bubble, this chrysalis comes around and it totally surrenders. So I can trust that when I'm coming apart and I don't understand, nature teaches me that I will come back together. I can trust whatever is happening, that I will come back together. I'm eternal, so are you. As you walk this sacred path of awakening, please remember that you are not alone. As we ascend, as we awaken, relationships change. We sometimes have to walk away from people or they walk away from us because as you get brighter, you might hurt some people's eyes, right? And you're never alone. There may be a period of time where it feels that way, but I want you to trust that that's part of that cyclical. Think of the leaves falling from the trees, making room for new buds. So when relationships start falling away on this awakening journey, you're making room for new buds, new buddies. And in that period in between, when it feels really lonely, you're being invited to become your own friend. You're being invited to be friends with your invisibles. When we are feeling lonely, it's an opportunity to look at what need am I needing you to fill for me? And how can I fill it myself? Or how can I ask my allies to fill it? Can I go sit on mother's lap? Can I sing a song? Can I drum? Can I pet a cat? Can I say, I surrender? That's my prayer. I surrender. I don't know what it is, but I surrender. We are supported by the spirits of our ancestors. Regardless of how their human life experience was, they got a lot to teach you. And here's the beautiful thing, whether you knew them or not, I have grandmothers that I never met, but I know them. So if you think, well, I just don't know my grandparents, they know you. They know you. And they likely were a lot like you when they were here. Because just because they didn't break all the curses doesn't mean they didn't break any. It's like a relay. We're passing the baton. Right? We can support each other on our journey, find like-minded people. But if I'm holding on to those old relationships, I'm going to stunt my own growth. Celebrate your victories. Celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate that you're still here. We spend a lot of time working on ourselves. Well, I'm here and now I want to get there. What's next? I do that. I'm not going to celebrate yet. I'm going to wait till I get the other thing and then I'll celebrate. And then I'm always moving the carrot. Celebrate your small victories. Ask yourself what that looks like. I've had to do that this week. What does celebrating myself look like? I don't know. I chose 3 things. Celebrate yourself. So may you embrace the journey of awakening, and all of those beautiful moments when you are aware that you are in your awakening. Because I'm not saying that those moments aren't important. They're so important. They keep us going, right? But know and understand that you're not going backwards ever. When you feel like you're woke and then you feel like you're not woke, you haven't gotten unwoke. You are just continuing ascending. Okay? And be mindful of people that are like, oh, I've already had my awakening. Okay. You got a rude awakening coming, but I'm going to leave you to thee. Right? Because when we start thinking we've already had it and I got it, you'll lose it. That's one thing I learned in shamanism as well. It's about reciprocity. And if I start bragging about it, that power is like, whoop. See, because I'm interconnected to all that is. If I start thinking it's just me, I practice that with all of this. Brad hears me all the time. Amy, get out of the way, Angela. I'll start worrying about the detail. Get out of the way. It ain't about you. It's much bigger. My job is to just stay in the right frequency. So may you embrace the journey of awakening with open hearts, open minds, trust in the wisdom of your soul. Practice feeling instead of thinking. Practice not dismissing your feelings. May we remember that the greatest gift we can offer to the world is our awakened presence. You shine brightly as a beacon of light in a world that is yearning for truth and authenticity. We live in a time that has so many distractions. So many distractions. Social media is so inauthentic, I think we can all agree. And it's such a distraction. So practicing shining our light and not comparing ourselves and being authentic, it's a process, it's a journey. And maybe you'll find spaces like this where you feel safe to be authentic and you can practice what that feels like for you. So I trust that you will go forth with courage and with love, knowing that this is what you came here for, this adventure. If I told you that I could give you a next lifetime where you are born and you come into this castle with all your favorite foods and your favorite people, and your favorite music, but you can never leave the castle. Would you choose it? You're here for an adventure. You're here to learn. You're here to experience. And I'm telling you that love and pain are the same sides of a coin. It's all part of the adventure. So again, it's not just saying, oh, well, I'm just coming apart. Feel your feelings. innately remember, because if you start listening to all the old stories, well, you just suck, life sucks, you must have been cursed when you were born, like all those old stories. Practice feeling your inner spark. Practice feeding that inner fire. Can you just do it? And know that you are love. You don't need to earn it. Okay? And that's all I got to say about that. Awakening. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to switch energy a little bit and have announcements. And then we're going to do a guided journey or meditation. And I do want to say about the journey / visualization. All of you are in different places on your awakening and your journey. Some of you have worked with me and have a journey practice. Some of you have learned how to journey and from other teachers or other ways. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about and don't know what does she mean journeying. That's okay. Some of you are going to be very visual and you're going to hear my words and you're going to picture a beautiful scene in your beautiful imagination. And some of you are going to see nothing. And it's still happening for you. Some of you may feel or sense. Have you ever been read a story? Because I'm just going to be reading you a story. And just like when someone reads you a bedtime story, you get an image in your mind. And when I say the sea was red with high waves, your vision is going to be different than his vision. Your waves are going to look different. The shade of red is going to look different. You're going to have a different boat, right? So everyone is going to experience the visualization differently. I cannot stress that enough. Because when you start comparing your experience with someone else's, you miss the seed that was for you, right? So please don't compare your experience with anyone else's, because it's just a special gift for you. And whatever your experience is perfect, okay? Now, any announcements? Do we have any? I know that Amy has a class this afternoon. Would you like to share your?
Yeah. Class this afternoon is Intro to Shamanism. It's from 3 to 5. I have a couple of spots left, and I just kind of wrote down highlights. I'm going to go over the origins of shamanism, a little bit about the history and where it's traveled throughout the world, the core principles and beliefs, spiritual practice, which, I thought there wasn't much, but there is. Spiritual practices and tools, ceremonies and rituals, healing techniques, and then the differences between power animals and spirit guides, and then a guided meditation to meet your spirit animal. So.
And what time is that today?
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
And it's $25 at the Healing Collective in Middletown.
Excellent.
And so just get with me if you would like to sign up for that.
Yes. And also, Amy will you be offering Reiki
Yes.
today? We have time. Okay.
Yes.
Amy will be offering donation-based Reiki at the back of the room after we break from here. And do we have any birthdays, any anniversaries, any life celebrations?
I turned 52. So.
You turned 52? Woohoo! Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome to Crowwood.
Oh, yeah. I've been here for a while.
I know, yes. Any other announcements? Anything exciting that's happened in your life you want to share? We can support you in it. Okay. Well, I have something to share.
Yes.
I do. Some of you have heard me say for the last year, I'm working on my thesis. Well, I turned my thesis in, and it was approved and passed, and I now have my master's in metaphysical science. Yes. My thesis topic was meditation. So if you would like to read it, let me know. I'd be happy to email it to you and share it with you. I also have a program called 21 Day Meditation Foundation. And my thesis is called Meditation Foundation. And there are cards back there with a QR code to get to it on my website. It's 21 days for $21. And I teach you a ritual around a meditation practice that I practice myself. And I've just written a very long thesis on the whole topic of meditation. It is the foundation of my awakening of my life, my recovery from hopelessness. If you took my meditation away, everything else would crumble. And I talk about there's daily meditation, and then there's meditation that we're going to do, and there's meditation at your yoga studio, and there's meditation that you can do when you feel, a guided visualization. But what I teach is a whole different thing from that. Because in metaphysics studying, I've learned that that's how we hear, that's how we get that inner voice, is learning to just sit with your thoughts. I never once tell you to stop your thoughts. Not one time do I ever tell you to stop thinking. It's not what meditation is. And I teach you how to break down those myths. So I am excited to have that behind me. Writing a thesis was a big, overwhelming project for me. And I'm now embarking on my dissertation for my PhD in parapsychology, which is about dream interpretation and psychic abilities and past lives and all of those beautiful things. And I'm going to be writing on Native American spirituality. And I just ordered 10 books, and my inner child is nerding out so hard right now. I can't wait to read. Yay. So that's really exciting. In just a moment. We are going to, we'll do that after the meditation while we're singing. Pass the baskets. I did remember this time though. Yeah. After we finish the visualization, we'll do some more drumming and singing, and we will be passing a basket for donations. You are not obligated to give, but if you would like to donate to support the sanctuary's growth, and it goes towards the foods and the drums and more chairs and all the things. And it is our dream and vision that we will outgrow this space, and we are always looking for our long-term facility, right? Where we'll have all kinds of beautiful offerings and classes and workshops. Any questions? Good? Okay. Get yourself comfortable. We're going to do a little guided visualization or journey or meditation, whatever is your jam. Whatever works for you. Oh, and just begin taking some deep breaths. And fully exhale. And let your eyelids close or relax. Allow yourself to relax and let go of any tension in your body with each breath. So if you notice an area of tension, just take in a deep breath, and as you exhale, just imagine that area of your body relaxing. I'm going to count from 20 to 1. This is just an exercise to calm your mind, get your consciousness in a calmer state, not so active. You can imagine, if you would like, as I descend on the numbers, that you are going down a staircase. And with each step, you're going deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Imagine yourself sinking deeper into a state of relaxation. 16, 15, 14, feeling lighter. 13, 12, 11, 10, feeling more at peace with each exhale. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now imagine yourself standing at the edge of a dense forest. You can picture, sense, pretend, feel. The air is cool and crisp, and the scent of pine trees fills the air. Before you is a narrow path leading into the heart of the forest, inviting you to embark on a journey of discovery. As you step onto the path, feel the earth beneath your feet, grounding you and connecting you to the energy of the forest. With each step you take, feel yourself growing more present and attuned to the natural world around you. As you walk deeper into the forest, you notice shafts of golden sunlight filtering through the canopy above. It dapples the forest floor with patches of light and shadow. The air is alive with the sounds of birds singing and leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. Ahead, you see a small clearing bathed in soft golden light. You approach, and as you step into the clearing, you notice a circle of stones arranged in a perfect circle. And there's a small fire burning in the center. Around the fire sit 3 figures, cloaked in robes of earthy colors. Approach the fire and take a seat among the figures. As you gaze into the flames, feel the warmth and energy of the fire washing over you, filling you with a sense of peace and vitality. One of the figures stands and approaches you, extending a hand in greeting. This figure is your guide on this journey of awakening, a wise and ancient presence who has come to offer you guidance and support on your path. Take a moment to connect with your guide, feeling their energy merging with yours in a dance of light and shadow. Allow yourself to open up to their wisdom and guidance, trusting that they will lead you exactly where you need to go. Your guide invites you to close your eyes and journey deep within yourself, to explore the hidden depths of your soul and unlock the secrets of your true essence. Imagine yourself sinking deeper and deeper into a state of inner stillness and peace. Feel yourself being drawn inward toward the very core of your being. And in this sacred inner space, allow yourself to become aware of any thoughts, feelings, or sensations that arise within you. Notice any areas of tension or resistance and allow them to soften and dissolve in the warm embrace of your awareness. Now imagine a brilliant light beginning to glow within the depths of your being, radiating outward with a luminous intensity. This is the flame of awakening, the divine spark that resides within you. Feel this light expanding and filling every corner of your being, illuminating the darkest corners of your soul. Allow yourself to bask in the warmth and brilliance of this inner light. As you bask in the glow of your inner light, allow yourself to receive any insights, guidance, or messages that come to you from your higher self, your guides, your spirit allies. Just basking in this beautiful light. The light that radiates from within you. Take a moment to thank your guide and the spirits of the forest. Thank them for their presence and the guidance on this journey, and understand that more will be revealed to you as you carry on from this point. Know that you can return to this sacred space whenever you need to reconnect with your inner wisdom and truth. As we prepare to return back into the present time, just take a moment to express gratitude for your journey, all of your journey, trusting. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When we get to 5, you'll be ready to open your eyes, having clarity, a deep sense of inner peace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can open your eyes when you're ready. I take some deep breaths. Again, trust that whatever you experienced is the right experience for you at this moment. And as you move about, that's the beautiful thing about meditation and guided visualizations. You've created an atmosphere for an inner awareness to be activated. So as you go about the day or the week, signs and synchronicities will guide you. Doing good? Okay. We're going to do a few songs. Bradley's going to pass the basket for donation. Oh, Bradley's passing the basket, or Bradley's going to pass the basket. Yes. So if you would like to contribute, we appreciate that. All donations are so appreciated. I'm gonna get my song book up here. So I am feeling that Fly Like an Eagle is in my head. So we're gonna do Fly Like an Eagle. We could do this as a call and response, but I think we're just gonna sing it. We'll just sing it. You've got the words and it's pretty repetitive, so you'll be able to sing along. And it's just a 4 count beat. If you can count to 4, you can sing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Fly like an eagle, fly so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. Hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh. Hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh. We all fly like eagles, fly so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. Hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh. Hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh. We fly like an eagle, fly so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. Hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh, witchy tie, oh. Hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh. We'll do a call and response. It feels better to a call and response better. All right, so we're going to sing each verse twice. I'll sing it once and then y'all sing it back to me. Here we go. Fly like an eagle, fly like an eagle, fly so high, circling the universe, on wings of pure light, on wings of pure light. Hey, witchy tie, tie, hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh, witchy tie, oh. Hey, witchy tie, tie, hey, witchy tie, tie, witchy tie, oh, witchy tie, oh. We fly like an eagle, fly like an eagle, fly so high, fly so high, circling the universe, circling Wichita-yo, Wichita-yo. Hey, Wichita, hey, Wichita, Wichita-yo, Wichita-yo. Beautiful. Slow it down. Come to a stop. Ooh, beautiful. And just tell your drum thank you. Thank you. Thank you for playing. And your rattle. Tell the drum. That rattle was awesome in that song. That was really, I was feeling it. Yeah. All right, let me get my beater put up here. There we go. All right, my friends, so I will prepare to close the ceremony. I don't think I have forgotten anything. And again, when we turn the lights on, there'll be food in the back. Vegetarian soup and sourdough bread is what I brought. And I know Jamie brought some salad, and I saw some other people carrying some stuff in. So tons of treats back there. Help yourself. Amy will be offering donation-based Reiki. And again, in about 20 minutes or so, after everyone's had time to eat, we'll get the chairs in a circle, and you're welcome to stay for a talking circle. All right? So just take a moment and you can bring your gaze down or close your eyes. And while you're here, I'm going to pull a postcard from Spirit and just read it to the collective, and then we will close the circle, close the ceremony. Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is this the source of your motivation? Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you toward joy, discovery, growth, or adventure? Participating in something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrendered to whatever Spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to Spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. Grandmothers, guardians of the East, we thank you. Grandmothers, guardians of the South, we thank you. Grandmothers, guardians of the West, thank you. And grandmothers, guardians of the North, we thank you. Above Father Sky, below Mother Earth, the Creator within, thank you. Oh. There are also oracle cards up here around the altar with a book. If you at any time would like to pull a card for yourself, feel free to do so. I felt compelled to bring these today. Postcards from Spirit. Yeah. Carry on, my dears. Carry on, carry on. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. So good to see you. I love your, I like your wardrobe. Yeah, every time I see him, it's like really. How you doing? Good. Good. Great way to start a Sunday. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Angela. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. Me too. Yes. Welcome. Your hair is so cute. I know. And she's a hairdresser. I always like you guys give the hair compliment to the hairdresser. You're welcome. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. And what was your name?
Are you hungry?
Yes, I want to do. Yeah. Ooh. I have to make it know what I want to, right? Well, I'm gonna buy me an owl. And I'm gonna buy a fish maybe. And I want to do a karaoke event, but I might wait to do that when I get engaged. No.
Remember you said don't.
I know.
Did you have somebody paint your truck?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I did. Let me turn this off. I just remember. Yes, it was actually quite